Yeah. When I pull up on the scene, dead fresh and casket clean, they gon' hate on me. Yeah. Gon' hate on me. When I pull up on the scene, dead fresh and casket clean, they gon' hate on me. Yeah. Gon' hate on me. Yeah. Pull up on the scene, dead fresh and casket clean, they gon' hate on me. Yeah. Gon' hate on me.
Yes, we glad to have you back around. Off-season Biscayne Breakdown. And you know how we get down though, man. I'm K. I got Deem here with me, of course. We got Kev on the mic. And brought along to help make things interesting, of course, is Alex. I don't know how many appearances Alex has made on the Biscayne Breakdown, but of course, a valuable member of the, you know what I mean? He versus the world team. We always appreciate having his input as well. First of all, Kev, with you being a regular, how you doing out there, man?
I'm great, man. As y'all see, I got the jersey on. I got the Jimmy jersey on today. It's the ultimate software. It's the bubble joint. It's not even the newer ones, the UKG. That's what we got right now. I got the bubble year. The 1 year we had these, but I'm good, man. I'm probably give me a BAM jersey eventually, a newer, improved, probably the red. You know, you already know how that goes. But
oh yeah, for sure.
I'm doing good. It's a great Wednesday. It's been a great week so far. Ready to chop it up. Ready to give the Heat fan base a collective woo-saw because we all got to come back to reality because there's a lot of jibber-jabber out there that I'm not rocking with. But that's why I'm here today with y'all, and I'm ready to get into it, man.
Absolutely, man. Leave it to Kev to give you archaeological facts on your situation. Like I like to call him our local archaeologist. So he gave you the history and the rhetorical breakdown of the patches and sponsorship on the Heat jersey and how that, you know, translates from one year to another. Shout out to him for giving those tidbits. It's going to be a good one today when we're talking about the exchange between these two fellas. So I might as well let him go ahead and get into practice of talking behind Kev. How you doing, Alex?
I just think everybody should shut their mouths.
Okay.
Let me stop. I'm good, y'all. I'm good. Ready to get
I was about to tell, I mean, you won't see Joel, but of course you know Joel is lurking. I was about to tell Joel to drop some WWE music. Like, you gotta, I mean, you gotta drop like some Jerry Lawler highlights or some sounds from that. Look at this madman. Anyway, what's up, Deem? How you doing, man?
Oh man, I'm good. I'm shout out to my man Kev, man. I know you're gonna bring some heat today. I can't wait. I'm really listen. I'm just a spectator today, man. I'm a spectator today.
I was gonna say this is as calm as I've heard you actually in quite some time in the last couple of months. I mean, but you don't have any, you know what I'm saying? You don't really have a dog in the fight. You just, like you said, a spectator, not only for this, but as we all are for the playoffs. So like it's actually funny you say that because I can hear that in your voice. Like you actually you woosah right now, like you zen in the off season.
Yeah, I'm gonna go shop for some jerseys. You know, I see my man Kev got the Jimmy jersey from the bubble. I got the BAM, the exact same jersey, the BAM jersey from the bubble. I might go cop me a Tyler jersey because I know he's gonna be here next year. So, you know.
I was gonna say I got the Tyler jersey from the bubble. Look, man, I'm gonna hop right into it. That could take us several different ways, but we're gonna ease into this thing, man. First things first. We're not gonna be here long. Actually, we're gonna definitely get some hard hitting quality content in, but we want to get everybody out. Specifically, you know, us, y'all can watch it whenever, and we encourage y'all to do so. Watch it 2 or 3 times. Tell somebody to tell somebody. We appreciate all y'all support and everything we're doing in the Biscayne Breakdown, Heat versus the World Network, everything we got going on individually, music, sports, whatever, news, anything these people got going on, just support it. But I said all that to say, we're gonna get out of here because the NBA playoffs are currently on, and even though the Miami Heat, fortunately, are no longer in it. Sorry guys. It pains me to say that, really. Nah, it hurt. But, you know, we all fans of the game, so we're watching it closely. And, of course, you know, we coming to you, you know, live, so to speak, recording this on Wednesday evening where the Knicks will take on the Pacers. And since they're playing here immediately this evening, I guess we can kind of get a little bit on that series, on what we saw in Game 1 and what we're expecting to see on going into Game 2 of that series. So, Kev, tell us what you saw in game one of that series that kind of led to it playing out the way it did.
Man, I thought we got a lot of good moments from the Pacers bench. TJ McConnell, Obi Toppin, amongst others. They really kept them in that game. I think that's going to be a big emphasis on that entire series just because we know with Tibbs is literally going to no diddy ride or die with his starters, right? Like, he's going to play his starters the whole game. So the Knicks are not going to play their bench unless they absolutely have to. And sadly and unfortunately with the injury to Mitch Robb, that's only going to make the lineup even more tighter. So Hardenstein's going to have to play a lot of minutes today, and they'll probably throw pressure.
Third big injury when you include Julius. I mean, who was earlier. Then you got what's Bogdanovich, and then of course, like you said, Mitchell. Not to cut you off, but that's important facts. Like, good point.
Yeah, so they're going to be very, very thin. Even though, again, that's normally what Tibbs loves to do for some reason. We don't know, but that's just how they play. But you're going to need Tyrese Halliburton to be better. Like, I never really put him on the pedestal that a lot of NBA fans put him on for that earlier stretch that he had in the year going into the in-season tournament and where everything just kind of went left after that. But
y'all might put a pin in that topic right now because we might come back to the whole where Halliburton is on the pecking order thing. Just
that's definitely a later conversation. But all in all, I mean, Jalen Brunson's been on a heater, bro. Like, nobody can stop him right now. He's been getting to all his spots whenever he wants to, and you're getting key possessions and timely plays from Josh Hart and Dante DiVincenzo, and just, they're playing as a team. So I think this series, I still have the Knicks winning probably in like 5 or 6. I'll say 5, but I think every game is going to be close and contested just because, again, the Knicks don't have that much firepower outside of Jalen Brunson. To me, their second best source of offense is like second chance opportunities, and that's mostly Josh Hart creating those, right? So outside of Brunson, it's like they don't have a consistent go-to guy like that. It's supposed to be OG. Of course, the injury of Julius set some things back, but I think it's going to be a very entertaining series. I'll probably take the Pacers to get to tonight's game, but I think it's going to be a hell of a series for the most part.
Before we get to your take on what you saw in that first game, Deem, I heard this mentioned somewhere, and I can't quite remember who said it, but I'm going to ask you guys this question just really quick, yes or no. Is Jalen Brunson the best player in the Eastern Conference right now?
Absolutely. 100%.
No.
Yeah. In this playoffs this year, I believe he's the best player.
Right. Okay. It's hard to say, but okay, right now, prisoner of the moment. Okay, I get. So you answer my question, Dean. Yes. Kev, you say no. What say you, Alex?
Right now, I'm trying to think. Yeah.
I still say if Joel 100%, I take Joel.
But that's the thing, he ain't 100%. You talking about right now.
I thought you were talking about in the playoffs left right now.
Well, see, I was saying prisoner of the moment if we're just saying, and that's why I wanted to make sure, and that's why I kind of question myself, because like I'm not saying in their current state, I'm just saying based on the last time we see them play ball. You know what I'm saying? If we're projecting them at 100%, who's the best? Maybe that's the way I should ask it. If we're projecting everybody at 100% based on what we've seen them do, who's the best player in the Eastern Conference?
Giannis.
Yeah, Giannis.
Put that jersey down. Put that mess down.
I'm not mad at you, Cam.
Dudes. I'm rocking with the guys, man.
Hey, brother. My heart screaming that, bro. My heart screaming Jimmy. But I'm still gonna go Joel. I'm gonna go Joel, Giannis, then Jimmy.
I'm going with the guy who got the ring, man.
Hold on. That's in the Western, right?
No,
you say Eastern Conference.
Oh, you mean in general, not last year. Got you.
Yeah.
Fair enough. My bad, brother. I'm sorry. I mean, I can't argue with that though. I mean, I'll just, the Jalen Brunson thing is very interesting, man, because he going off right now. His game crazy too, though, because like it's not really a stressful game. Like he basically put people on his hip all game, or he shoot threes or put you on his hip, and that's something he could do forever, and it's crazy. But anyway,
and he plays off 2 feet, which he's always under control with that.
Right. But that's a power game. That ain't a finesse, athleticism. He gonna always be able to jump 20 inches in the air. Like even till he's 40, he gonna be able to jump 20. But that's all he need because it's a power game, and he got you on that hip, so it's a control thing. Even with his little quick floater, he don't kill you because he's quick explosively or he jump up higher than you do. he gets you because he have you on that hip, and then he get leverage. One, you can't rise as fast as you want to, but two, if he got you where he wants to, he always dictating it like an offensive lineman. I think in that clip that's going around the Chuck about football, you know, the offensive player know the snap count. And when you know the snap count, I mean, you always got an advantage. And that kind of describes Jalen Brunson's game to me. Okay, Dean, what you see in that game one with the Knicks over the Pacers?
Bro, Jalen Brunson had 43. Whatever, that wasn't last night. What was that? 2 nights ago? That was 2 nights ago, right? Yeah.
Yep.
All right, bro, Tyrese Halliburton is just he's not the guy that everybody thought he was. Like, that's just plain and simple. Like, he's not that. I've said this a couple months ago. He's the most overrated player in the NBA today, right now. And once OG, I still don't think OG is 100% healthy yet. But once he gets 100% healthy, I could see the Knicks potentially going to the finals this year.
I think they will, but I was about to say that won't be until or if they get to the finals where he's 100% healthy, because it's starting to come back, but you can still see him wincing a little bit with contact. All of the movement and stuff come back, but he got 100% trusted. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, and you know the Pacers have what's the guy named? I think he was with Gonzaga. They guard.
Yeah,
bro, he's a hooper. He's a hooper, bro. Like, he's a hooper. They
got a bunch of them. Naismith, Nembhard, like them boys is dog.
Bro, they play. The crazy thing is, the Pacers have been playing great defense. So they played great defense. It was just the Knicks just couldn't. They couldn't do nothing. They got to slow down fouling. It was in a lot of foul trouble, and it was a lot of silly fouls. A lot of silly fouls, bro. But they eliminate that. I think they might can pull one off tonight. If they don't, I think the Knicks sweep them. Honestly, I think the Knicks sweep them. I don't think on the offensive end. I know Kev said that he don't believe the Knicks have enough firepower. I believe the Pacers don't have enough firepower. I think they got Siakam, and that's about it. That's the only guy who can really go get them a bucket. Tyrese Halliburton, he haven't shown it so far in the playoffs. Wow, Joker just won MVP again.
I'm not shocked, but he getting exposed too. We're gonna get there. Alex, what you see in game one?
Honestly, I saw some good things from, I feel like, the Pacers side that they should be excited about. They only lost the game about 4-5 points, and Halliburton was a non-factor. So I feel like if Hallie comes out there and handles his business, then they, with Mitchell Robinson going down and with how much Tibbs be running guys into the freaking ground, I think that the Pacers' depth is going to show throughout the rest of this series. Honestly, now that I'm sitting here and listening to everybody talk about it and thinking about the different injuries, I honestly think that the Pacers should be able to get them.
I mean, my thing is this. When you look at this series, I actually picked the Knicks. I've been telling you guys for 3 months. To me, the scariest team in the East was the Knicks. When Julius Randle was whole, I was like, yo, you know what I mean? And when he went out, I was a little like, all right, well, maybe, but they were still the scariest team. And of course, when OG came back towards the end of the season and they started clicking and what this boy been doing in the playoffs, Jalen Brunson, I mean, like the Knicks for me are the team to come out of the East. I think that, and we're going to get to them, so I'm not going to step on my own toes, but I think that when you look at how they're composed, they have enough firepower, they have enough defense, and they have enough toughness to be able to knock anybody off. Now, their depth is going to be tested, and I say their depth in that Tibbs' willingness to play it once they get to the next round, which I fully expect they will, because I think they sweep the Pacers, to be honest. I think the Pacers lose tonight. It goes 5 at max, but 4 or 5. I just think that the Knicks are a better team. And I look at that crucial stretch. I want to say it was in the fourth quarter. Might have been in the late third or the fourth quarter. The Pacers were in control of the game, bro. They were up 11-12. And the Knicks just walked them. Went on a run. decided they was going to own them and proceeded to own them. And the Pacers couldn't do nothing about it. So for me, it's more about if the Knicks decide that they're going to play their brand of ball than if the Pacers can do anything about it. Now, I'm going to give y'all a couple minutes here because I don't know if y'all can see the size developing. And I was in the middle for a long time because I like Tyrese Halliburton. Now, I'm kind of taking a step back. He's injured. I'll give him that. It's back spasms. So y'all got to give him that little credence for game one. But I will say this. When you look at that Pacers offense, now Tyrese Halliburton, a dog. Maybe he ain't, top 3-4 point guard in the league, like, the argument I'm going to give y'all a chance to have in a second. But he's still a dog to me. But I will say I had to push him back a peg because not only, in these playoffs have I been wanting more from him, but even since Siakam came over, he took too far of a step back for me. Now, you can say the usage, Siakam going to get his shots, whatever. But then that make you wonder, well, is Tyrese as this supernova just a product of that same usage in that Carlisle offense always been a trigger man when it's going to be 1,000 shots taken, inside of it anyway? So I will say this. I don't have him as high as I did earlier in the season where he was killing it. But I don't know if I have him as low as some of you guys may have him. Now, I want to say the two sides to this here are Trae Young and Tyrese Halliburton. Am I right? Is that the two main sides that we
No, they're not even in the same category, bro.
Exactly. It shouldn't be. If we're keeping it a B.
I mean, I'm hold on. Can we get some order, guys? So that is the two sides.
No.
Trae Young and Tyrese Halliburton. That's what the debate is, real quick.
Yeah,
the mini debate, right?
Yeah.
I don't think so, but I entertain it.
Alex, is that the conversation we're having? Trae Young and Halliburton. That's the mini debate that's been going on.
Hallie's still better.
Dang it, you guys don't follow. Okay, I'll tell you what, Kev.
Yes, that's yes.
Give your take on Trae, Kev. Why is Trae better than Halliburton?
First of all, Halliburton is in the same tier as Darius Garland. He's not even I don't even think he's a top. I don't even think he's a top 10 point guard right now.
Hey, I'm gonna give y'all a chance, Alex. Deem, I'm gonna give y'all a chance. Chill out. Go ahead.
The reason it's a difference because Trae is a significantly better scorer than Tyrese Halliburton. On top of he's an ultimate playmaker. You look at the pieces that Hallie has in Indy, they're slightly better. I say slightly better than what Trae has to work with in Atlanta. If you put Trae in a different system, if you put Trae in Orlando or Minnesota, I know it's easy. I don't want to say Minnesota because it's easy to say Minnesota right now. You put Trae in Orlando, I guarantee you, they probably win 2 games in Cleveland. They're probably still playing right now. I promise you. Trae Young is one of the best point guards in the league. He just doesn't get his respect.
If you put Trae in Indy, do they have the same amount of success they had this year?
They have more success. They have more success. No. They have more success because in that same system, not only are you going to get his playmaking facilitating that you get from Hallie, but again, you're going to get the scoring. The scoring is what puts it over the top for me, bro.
I'm going to be quite honest with you. No, go ahead, Kev. I don't want you to finish.
Playmaking wise, they're about the same level. You can make a case either or is better to me. I don't think it's a big gap like that if you think it is. But scoring, Trae Young is in a completely different ballpark than Tyrese Halliburton. It's not even comparable.
I'm going to moderate, and I'm not going to choose no winner, but I am going to give a little feedback on each take. And you can clap back at me really quickly if you want to before we move on to the next guy. I disagree with you on the thing about him being the same in Indy. I don't think the system will work in Indy because Trae Young is a ball stopper. The reason that thing in Indy worked with Tyrese Halliburton is because he don't mind giving it up. And I don't think that Trae Young is successful in a system where he's not the focal point and doesn't have complete dictation over when the ball is shot or if he's shooting it or not. Now, I do think he would have success because I think they would do something different that maximizes his skill set with all those pieces he has. Because I think if you give him that run and gun situation, he could definitely maximize that. Now, I don't know. I would say Trae Young is probably a better player right now. But for all of the scoring and everything you say he do, I'll take Halliburton's size. And I think Halliburton's a better pure playmaker. I think in certain situations, the pick and roll, you might can tell me that Trae is better. And yes, the NBA is like 85% pick and roll right now. But I think Halliburton can create stuff out of thin air that Trae isn't capable of doing. And like I said, that along with the size and the defense, I can make a case. But I agree with you. Right now, I'll put Trae a little higher because he's just outright more explosive. What you got in the clapback, Kev?
Nah, not even coming back. I just want to say real quick too. On top of the fact that Trey's handle is way better, like it allows him to get into spaces that Tyrese can't get into like that. Like Trey is really breaking dudes down and getting past them without a screen. Tyrese, he can do that here and there, but for the most part, he needs a screen to free himself open. So I'll just add that on to it. You can let Deem or Alex go.
Absolutely. I agree with you on the functional handle and the creativity, the ability to manipulate the rock to get themselves into spaces. However, when you're talking about just the functional pity pat of basketball, straight line speed, angular side to side, I like the way Tyrese moves a little bit more physical and forceful. Maybe that has something to do with size, but I do agree with you when it comes to the creative aspects. Like, gives a good example with Kyrie the other night where he split the 1-2-2 or was trying to split the 1-2-2 before he got tripped. Like Halliburton ain't gonna do that, but Trey's capable of doing that type of stuff. Okay, Dean, why Trey for you?
Bro, I mean, it's just common sense. Like, have y'all not seen Trae Young play? We going off of, oh, look at the last time he been in the playoffs when he played Miami. Bro, he played against the greatest coach of all time. I mean, like that's what Spo is known for, eliminating your best player or limited your best player. Like come on, like being a prisoner of the moment here. Tyrese Halliburton, he had a great season to begin with. Then after that, what happened? He came back to reality. This is who he is. I mean, the first time we seen Halliburton in the playoffs, look at what he's doing. He's been mid all playoffs. All playoffs. I think the only thing Halliburton is better at Trae Young is defending. That's it. And he has better size. Obviously, I mean that's.
I was about to say, yeah, you can't see size, but right.
Yeah, he that's how God created him. He can't blame that. But he's a better playmaker. And I think the playmaking thing, like you and Kev said, it can go both ways. But I think I give it to Trae Young off of what Kev said. He's a better ball handler. He can get to spots that. He can get to spots that Halliburton can't get into. And Kev, Kate, to what you said is that you think Trae Young's a ball stopper. I mean, who's he going to give the ball to? Kitten Capella? Like literally, who he's going to give the ball to? He has a crap roster in Atlanta. Like he's never had a good team around him. Never.
Hey, you gonna get your chance, Alex?
He just got DeJounte last year, and let's be honest, that is not a good match. That never was a good match. It was a good idea, but it was never a good fit. Like that was never a great fit, and that's why they haven't been in the playoffs with them too, because the fit doesn't work. DeJounte is a great player. He's a good player. Trae Young's he's a good player, but it just doesn't work. Them two doesn't work. And Atlanta, the GM over there, he thought it was a good fit because the name. But it wasn't never a good fit. Never a good fit. But go ahead. I digest. I digress. I'm sorry.
Quick clap back. I would argue this though. You saying who does he have the ball to pass to? Well, that's what makes Tyrese Halliburton great, and that's what makes a point guard great. You make guys around you great. It's a lot of point guards out here that ain't had nobody pass the ball to. Like who the AI play with a lot of time. Aaron McKee and some other cats he made better. Like all I'm saying is like if you a good point guard, you make cats better. Like them same dudes DeJounte Murray was playing with in San Antonio where he was making them better. So all I'm saying is like, yeah, you can say that, but a good point guard is supposed to make his teammates better, right or wrong?
But he has. It's times he has. Like, come on, he has.
I agree.
That's why
we can't totally live on both sides, though. I agree. Like I said, he has his certain things.
No, but I was just going off of what you said that he was a ball stop. I mean, like who?
Okay,
like,
fair enough.
Who he's going to give the ball to?
That's a good clapback, Stephen A. I get it. I get it. No, the way I'm you know what I mean, I'm doing me. I'm busting your balls, but the way you attacked it was good for the sports debate. I get it. I would have probably approached it the same way. So I feel you. All right, Alex. You've been seething over there. I know you had to hear this, and it's been eating you alive, brother. But you know what? The floor is yours, man.
Before Alex go, I know why
this might help you.
I know why Alex don't like Trae Young, and I'm gonna tell everybody why. For everybody out there who don't know, Alex is a coach, and I guarantee Trey Young have bust Alex players' ass in AAU. I guarantee
Bleep, bleep.
that's why
Swear banner, Joe.
Alex
Swear banner.
hates Trey Young. I guarantee. No. That's not a cuss word. I can say that word, right? I can say that
Not
word.
ASS. Not unless
I'm
you're
sorry.
talking about a mule, brother.
I'm sorry, but that's why Alex hates Trey Young. He was cooking in AAU a long time ago, and that's why Alex hate him.
Well, I'm glad that you think that I was coaching when Trey Young was playing AAU, but I don't think I was. Pretty sure I wasn't. And like he said, as a coach,
Is Trey Young older than you, Alex?
nah.
Okay.
that-
I just asked. I just random question. My bad, brother. I ain't mean to offend you.
no, you good. Hold up. Now you got me ready to check right now. Ain't no way he older than me.
We the same age. He's 25. He graduated class of 2017.
No, yeah.
Yeah, me and Trey, yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to be 30. Nah. So, yeah. So as a coach, one of the things that I look at or that I take into account is the ability to guard multiple positions. Trey Young is listed at 6'1". We all know he ain't no dang 6'1".
Nah, he's like 6 foot 5'11" at best.
Halliburton is clearly at least 6'4". At least. With that being said, he can guard multiple positions. Also, I like the point that Kay said in regard to Hallie being able to make decisions with the ball, but be able to put other guys in positions to make plays with the ball. When you have Trey Young on your team, you literally can only play one way, and that is give the ball to Trey, come set him a ball screen, let Trey make all the decisions.
And to add a point there, not to cut you off, I'm gonna let you finish. Now you got to give him the credit though. Like said, when it comes to that ball screen, he can manipulate the hell out of that and work that pick and roll. And that's what I've always said. When you put him in that or put a guy in a dunker spot, excellent playmaker, but just out of that set. Continue, Alex.
My thought process also going off of that is Halliburton can do the exact same thing. He can do the exact same thing, except he's bigger. I'll give y'all the point of Trey Young, he scored more, he looks to score more, therefore he gets to score more. Trey Young, I think, averaged basically this year 20 shots a game. Halliburton was at like 13. If Halliburton takes 20 shots a game, I'm pretty sure his numbers are exactly the same, if not better, than Trey Young scoring-wise. Because if you looked at it before Halliburton got hurt this year, he was frying everyone, averaging 24 and 12. Then he got hurt, tried to force his way back, shouldn't have came back, but he was trying to make sure he made All-NBA, getting his 65 games in. So he ended up coming back and averaging like 14 and 9 or 10. Like that really screwed him. Him coming back, being hurt from his hamstring, and now he's hurt with his back. It's screwing him. But there is no way in the world I will walk into a gym or not even walk into a gym. There's no way in the world I'm a general manager of an NBA team and somebody call me and they like, hey, I'll trade you Trey Young. And then next thing you know, right when I'm on that call, somebody calls me and is like, hey, I'll trade you Tyrese Halliburton. I'm hanging up on the Trey Young people, and I'm talking to the Halliburton people, and I'm getting Halliburton on my team. Point blank, period. That's just what it is.
Okay. Now to clap back quickly on Alex. I agree with you for a lot of that. But look at this brother here. But what I would say is Trey Young gets to take the shots, and he does take the shots because he's capable of taking the shots. Argument can be made that Halliburton wouldn't be as successful with that amount of volume and that amount of responsibility over that sustained amount of time. What we do know about Trae Young is that if you put him in an offense where he's the focal point year in and year out, he can take you to the promised land as that number one guy. And if the promised land is the playoffs, which that's what it is, of course, everybody will win a title. Going to the playoffs is all you want. The rest of the team got to help him win that title, but you want him to be your lead guy to take you to the playoffs. He's proved he can be the lead guy as a main scorer time and time and time and year after that to do that. Now, at the same time, you know, again, I agree with you with the defense and the all-aroundness of Halliburton. But again, if a guy can come out and get you 30, 35, 75 out of 82 nights, I'll hide you. Like, I don't care. Like, go play the guy that ain't going to shoot because you're going to get me 35 on the other end, and that's going to help me win. So there are cases to be made on the other side. To the point where Halliburton, though, the injury thing, that is all his fault. Because, like I said, the reason his back is hurt now is because he forced his way back from his hamstring. And what you got to know about your back, especially when it's not structural, but when it's muscular, he's dealing with spasms, which is basically the conjunction of his back at inopportune times where he can't control it. That's all based on the fact that he put too much strain too fast on that hamstring, because the hamstring and the back are basically vertical unilateral muscles. You know, it is what it is. Joel, you chiming in with all due respect. What's up, boss? Nothing? Okay. I know, Joel. We're gonna get there in a second. You stay off the pod, brother. So moving forward to the next matchup really quickly. This one isn't gonna take long because I really didn't think they were, you know, hitting on a lot anyway. But Cleveland and Boston series, man. Do you guys think it's gonna be a sweep?
Yes, they only have one source of offense, and his name is Donovan Mitchell. That's sweet.
What say you, Alex?
I say that Donovan Mitchell is going to end up on the Miami Heat.
Is the series going to be a sweep or not, man?
We're going to have to get number 14 up out of here.
Mute Alex's mic, Joel. Deem, is the series going to be a sweep or not?
14. Down with 14.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think Halliburton's good enough for this stage.
Wait a minute. We talking about the
Celtics, bro.
We talking about the
talking about?
We talking about the Celtics and the Cavaliers.
Oh, my fault, bro. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I was ordering DoorDash right now, but but yeah, I don't think the Celtics have enough. I don't think I like Darius Garland. I really like Darius Garland, but I don't think he's ready. I don't like, he hasn't proven. Same thing with Halliburton. He hasn't proven that, you know, he's ready for this stage yet.
Understandable.
And Spider's been balling, but they just don't have enough. And Tatum hasn't even played well yet. Tatum has been like mid this playoff run so far too.
Absolutely, I agree.
I will say to be 100 about their series. Yeah, the Celtics basically played a C game. They basically played a C game, a C effort, in my opinion, and they won by 20. So, like, that gives
without Porzingis.
Porzingis, yeah. So it's like, what the hell? Like, what else can Cavs do? Mitchell he's done everything for them, and it's like there's nothing else for them to do. Like, he need his second best player, which is Darius Garland, to play better than what he's been playing. Like, there's nothing else for the Cavs to do.
No, I will say this.
Oh, go ahead, Kay.
Oh, no, go ahead, brother, because I'm going to close it out with what I'm going to say.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say Darius Garland is the equivalent of having number 14 for the Miami Heat on your team.
Anyway, so
we don't condone that at all.
What?
That was 14.
I will say this.
Mitchell, 2024 somewhere.
The Cavaliers are missing Jared Allen. He could come back and help them win one game, but he's not going to impact the series. Again, same thing with the Knicks and the Pacers, at most 5, but I'm thinking 4.
My last thought. Quick question: do y'all think D. Mitch has another 50-point game in him to try and get a win this series?
Of course.
I think
he has it, but I don't think he will.
Respect.
That takes me to my next. Yeah, that takes me to my next part of this question, and I'm gonna give you guys a minute apiece because we're getting a little long in the tooth here. Will Donovan Mitchell be a member of the Miami Heat, and what are you willing to give up to make sure that happens? Kev?
Yes, sir. I think it's a match made in heaven. He gives you everything that you need to get you along the regular season, right? Get you into the playoffs. He's another dude that takes a
I
lot of
know
pressure.
I know you want him, but do you think it'll happen?
Yes, yeah. I
Okay, what
think
do you think? What are you willing to see the Miami Heat part with to get him?
it's gonna take Jaime. Oh man, and you're gonna have to get. It's gonna have to be one of them other role players, like I don't even know, because Caleb's a free agent if I'm not mistaken. So it's gonna take like
Caleb's
Jaime.
free, Hayward's free, but you could do sign and trades or reroutes, whatever. Keep that
Yeah,
in
so
mind.
it's gonna be Jaime, somebody else, in like a pick or two, right? Because Cleveland really doesn't have any leverage right now. Like they kind of do because he's on the team, he's under contract for another season. But if he wants out, he wants out, and they don't have to necessarily send him to Miami. We've seen last year. I know I don't want to keep beating on this dead horse because Heat fans have been doing it all year with the Dame thing, but I think for their best interest, I think the Heat will have a better or one of the good packages. But I'm gonna say, yeah, Donovan Mitchell ends up in Miami next season.
Pat Riley has a traditional good relationship with Kobe Altman, though, so it shouldn't be none of that Joe Honan bull. With that being said, though, I will ask this: so you don't think Nico has to go in that deal?
I think he's gonna be the first talking point, if I'm being honest with you. But I also think that personally the Heat value him. I value him too. I really think Nico's gonna end up being a good player for this franchise.
Oh no,
Like he
I think
already,
Nico's gonna be really good. But you
yeah,
value Nico over Jaime, is what you're saying.
yes, I do.
Fair
Long
enough.
term,
Fair enough.
yeah,
Fair
long
enough.
term.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. Obviously the elephant in the room. Why you don't think they'll be able to include Tyler in that package? You don't think they'll be able to keep Jaime
Oh
and
yeah, I'm
Nico and do
tripping.
Tyler?
Yeah, no, I'm tripping. Yeah, Tyler's in there. I'm tripping. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I know I'm forgetting somebody. So yeah, Tyler. It'll be Tyler, Jaime, and like a pick or two. Yeah, I'm bugging.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Alex, do you think D Mitchell be a member of the Miami Heat? Not if you want him. Do you think he'll be a member of the Miami Heat? And what are you willing to part with?
Yes, I think he will because we have no choice. And then, what am I willing to part with? Everything but Jimmy and Bam. But with that being said, I think we have to keep. We got to keep Nico. Like Nico, yeah, Nico, Jimmy, Bam. Anything else can be had. Like we sign and trade Caleb over there. Obviously, send Tyler, send whatever draft compensation that we can. Like Jaime, if we got to, and hopefully they send back somebody serviceable. I mean, Spo make anybody serviceable. Resign Haywood at a lower number than Caleb will get. Like there's definitely ways. And I think the saving grace on this situation is the fact that he's going to be up for an extension. So another team, I feel like, wouldn't barge in because they're not going to take the chance of it being like, all right, well, we'll bring him here, and then he just walk. Like Damian Lillard, he was signed for like 4 more years, so it was just
Right.
like
No, his contract was a lot. It's sort of like the Jeremy Grant phenomenon. Like whoever prized them from Portland, you get a darn good deal because you got him on a good number and you got him for 4 more years.
Yeah, so I think D Mitch has a lot more power to dictate where he pushes and ends up.
Absolutely. Deem, what you got? Well, do you think, I know you want him, but do you think D Mitch ends up with the Miami Heat, and what are you willing to part with?
Down with 14.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I don't think it happens this offseason. I literally don't. I don't think it happens this offseason.
Well, no need to get the second part of your answer then. Look, man, I don't know. I'm 50-50. I'm somewhere in the middle. I don't know. But what I will do is I will say this. I have been this way before now. I didn't think he was worthy of giving up the farm. All you guys know that. A lot of people that follow me, anybody that talk ball with me know that. I'm also not about giving up neither of the kids for him, yo. Like you can have Tyler. I try to sign and trade Caleb over there. And I dangled a hometown boy over there at him. Like, look, how about a little Terry Rozier? I mean, you know, I'm not trying to give up either of the kids, because here's the beautiful thing about it. What the Miami Heat have always been able to do is try to merge multiple windows, and that's why they never really have to rebuild. And if you keep Jaime and Nikola, what you definitely have is something to play alongside Donovan and Bam into the backside of their window, but you also have the first two pieces of your next build.
Hold on, wait. I had to go get my DoorDash. So, Kay, you said you wouldn't trade Nico or Jamie for Donovan?
I said I wouldn't want to. I said I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to. No. I would try to do everything not to.
But if you was in Pat's shoes, if they say we want Tyler, another guy off the bench, or in either Jamie or Nico, which one would you let go? Or would you even do the trade at all?
So you want Tyler, another guy off the bench,
not named Duncan, not named Duncan,
right? And
let's just say Tyler. They come to you. They're like, all right, the deal is gonna take Tyler, Caleb, sign and trade, draft compensation, and you get to pick either Jaime or Jovic.
You can't have draft compensation, Nico and Jaime.
That's why I said you get to pick Nico or Jaime to send.
No. What I'm saying is you can't have picks into oblivion and my young dudes.
Oh no, we not
like you
can
can like you can have young. I mean, it's gonna take at least two.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, you're right, but forget what Alex saying. Just answer my question.
I was trying to give him your.
I mean, but I think what Alex is saying is important though, because it's like, look,
I don't think you should give up picks and
right. And I think okay, so if you don't want no picks, then I'm gonna have to bite the bullet. And I don't know, and I honestly think I'm. Oh, this is gonna hurt me to say because I love that boy. I love that Mexican. I think I value Nico. I think I value Nico more, but just slightly because I love me some Hambo too. But yeah, you can't have picks and a youngin. Like, because I got to have some. Like, Denzel, I'm leaving here with something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I would try to force the picks on you because, like I said, we go take second rounds and undrafted guys and make them players. That would be my preference. Like I said, Terry, Tyler, a Caleb sign and trade, and you could actually have 3 picks. I will protect 2 of them, but you can have 3 first rounders.
I got a question.
You can have this year's because the draft sucked. But go ahead, brother.
Real quick question for everybody on the panel: who do you think Spo values more out of them two?
Jaime.
I think Jovic.
I'll say Jaime. I think Jaime right now.
Jaime.
Definitely Jaime.
I think it's Jaime because right now is not only Jaime the more mature player. He's a rotate, like he's a, you know what I'm saying?
Honestly, right now, he's just a better player than Nico.
Right. You don't have to worry about him.
Defender.
Exactly. You don't have to worry about him anything. You're gonna make the right decisions. He's gonna have some rookie mistakes, some young stuff, but he's gonna be in the right place. All right, man. So Western Conference, and we're gonna be fast because we went long, man. You guys, I tell you, Minnesota and Denver, they are putting a whooping on them, man. Up 2-0. Kind of shocking, but not shocking for real, because Minnesota has been like that all year long. We didn't think they were gonna be this good though. The defending champions again, up 2-0 on them. I'll ask it this way, since this is the only thing. How big a level 1 through 10, and then you can give me about 30 seconds on what your thoughts are on the series so far. 1 through 10, rate your level of shock that the Timberwolves are up 2-0 on Denver right now.
I'll go 7. Just because
in Denver, mind you.
Exactly. They went to Denver and got them out of there twice. And the second time, they embarrassed them both times, but that second game, they embarrassed them even worse than they did the first time. So I think, you look back last year just real quickly, Bruce Brown said their toughest matchup on their way to the NBA championship was Minnesota. And I thought Minnesota played a dumb brand of basketball last year on top of the fact that Jaden McDaniels was out. And I want to say somebody else was out too. But now you're seeing they've locked in. They started
was
to find
it
out.
K or Nas Reed?
Somebody.
I think it was
over there.
Nas. I think it was Nas. Yeah.
It was KA or Nasri, one of their utility guys.
Exactly. And so now you have a fully healthy team. You have Anthony Edwards emerging. You have Cap playing some of his best basketball we've ever seen him play in the playoffs so far. You have Rudy Gobert only played one game, missed the last game, and you're getting great production out of guys like Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Jaden McDaniels, amongst others. Mike Conley is showing people that, hey, veteran point guards still matter, right? Salute to him for still holding it down for the older dudes in the league. And so I'll give it a 7.
Floor general, brother. He helping it all come together. Like Ant toting the water, but when Ant got a question, he going to holler at Mike. Like, you know what I'm saying? What's your thoughts, Dean? 1 through 10 on your level of shock at what Minnesota's doing, and give me a couple seconds on it.
Skip me.
Wow. 1 through 10, Alex, and then give me a couple seconds on it.
I ain't gonna lie, my level of shock that they're up 2-0 after 2 games in Denver is honestly a 10. I thought Denver was gonna be able to come out in that second game and basically show some championship mettle and be able to go ahead and tie the series up. But the fact that they were able to, punk them and make them look even worse than they did in the first game was very shocking to me. Very shocking.
All right, now hold on.
Okay, Dean, what's up?
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I'm gonna say a 5 because I haven't watched either game, so I don't know how Minnesota's beating them
Badly, like owning them, dismantling them.
Like which way
nothing, like nothing that they want to do is working. Like the Joker is being held in check. I'll give you a good example.
I just
that play
last game.
That play that he been killing the league on, where he'll basically put you in a small box and you have to choose between him or the short dunk man. And if you don't choose the dunk man, which is often Aaron Gordon, he gonna score on you or kick it for a 3, or he just throwing that little soft lob that he's patting to Aaron Gordon.
Yeah, well, shout out to Minnesota.
Minnesota's shutting that down. Like, I
think last game Murray had a bad game. He threw a tie with some
bro, they in their head. Like, and the thing about Denver is you haven't been able to stop that machine that has been their offense. You might be able to score with them a little bit, but you typically haven't been able to stop their offense. And the way Minnesota's beating them is not only Ant Edwards, future Heat or Ant Edwards, but anyway, I digress. Doing his thing, Michael's son, but Minnesota's like stifling them on defense. They're not happy at all offensively. Denver is. I also said that Bruce Brown will be a huge hit for them, and I think that they're missing a guy that would be another trigger man for them. That's why I said Bruce Brown was important. You don't look at him as being an important guy because when you go to another team, he don't look the same. But what he is he's a small guy who could slide in as a big, but play in that middle area, who, when they're doing things like this to Jokic, be, like I said, another trigger man for him or counter guy for him that then allows him to go play his version of off-ball basketball. But they don't have that guy now because everybody now relies on Joker to get their stuff. That's neither here nor there. I mean, I know a little bit of basketball. But moving on to the other series, guys. When you look at the basketball that's being played in the Western Conference right now, I mean, just before we get there, do you consider the Western Conference to be the stronger conference? Real quickly, just yes or no, guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Deem
eating that DoorDash.
I'm split. I'm split. I think the West has better players, but I think the East has better teams.
Boy, see, and that's why we do the Biz Break. I think if you took the top 10 players, you probably get more of them from the West. But I think the better brands of team ball are played in the East, and maybe that speaks to how games are won. The last series, and I think this is the most toss-up series that we're gonna have in this last set of 4 here. The Mavs and the Thunder. The first game, Luka, you got to keep an eye on that knee. Kyrie really didn't go off. Shea's built in for 30. My theory is Shea gonna get his 25-30 if you can keep the others from going off. I think Jay Will had nearly 20 something. Chet went for nearly 20 something. And a team that was in the bottom third of rebounding all year long beat a Dallas Mavericks team who has been one of the better rebounding teams since the trade deadline when they added all that size and PJ Washington and Gafford to go along with Lively. Lost the rebounding battle by, I want to say, 13. So if you keep the others from killing you, and beat a team that has sucked rebounding the ball all year long in the rebounding battle, then you should win that game if you're the Mavericks. And I have the Mavericks winning this series. So give me a little bit from what you saw in game one, and then give me your prediction for who's going to win this series. What you got, Alex?
Game one was rough for like you said, for Luka and the guys. I think honestly that Luka is the best player in the series, but I'm not sure, like, with his knee and how he's been moving around. I know he like tweaked his ankle a little bit. Not totally sure what's going to end up happening. So if it was a gun to my head, I think I'd say the Thunder in like 6.
What about you, Kev?
Man, going into it, I really like Dallas to win this series, but as I watched that game one, the Thunder just looked like the more well-balanced team, bro. And like you said, you really just gotta not let Shea get his. You gotta make him earn it, but you really just gotta worry about stopping everybody else. But I thought,
right,
bro, if J Dub is playing like that, I don't even think Dallas stands a chance.
But that's what I'm saying, though. J Dub's emerging, bro. Like he might be a top 20. He might be a top 20 guy in the league.
Yeah.
Because he do it both ways, and he's not just Jeremy Grant, who's going to give you really good production offensively and great production defensively. No, J Dub can give you great production on both sides. So I'll give you that. But he still can be neutralized as when you're speaking in relevance to Shea. So I think you have to attack it that way. What you got, Dean?
I think Jason Kidd lost him that game last night. Jason Kidd did a horrible coaching job last night. Kyrie or Luka, they didn't play great, but I didn't begin in the first half. I don't think J Dub played great either in the first half. He got most of his in the second half. He played better in the second half, in my opinion. Yeah, Luka needs is a problem. No, I don't even think Luka needs a problem. I think Luka needs a problem only on the defensive end. Like when when he's playing offense, the knee doesn't bother him. But once he running down the court, he want to hobble. I don't think the injury is bad as he making it look or everybody making it seem. But I think they would have won last night. But it was a horrible coaching job. And I think if you look at the roster, OKC they play better as a team. That goes back to what we said, Kev. Dallas got the better players, but OKC played better as a team. That's why I think OKC win this series.
Wow. I think everybody said OKC except me, right? That's crazy. Either way. So moving on to why we got here. Wow, we're 50 minutes in. I don't think it's gonna take as long as we thought it was gonna take either anyway, but I know you guys want to get to the game just as well as I do. So we're not gonna rush it, but we're not gonna spend a crazy amount of time. We're gonna merge them together. As you all know, the Miami Heat, of course, have ended their season, and the end of season press conferences for some of the more important people in the organization took place in recent days. And among those important people were Pat Riley. And there's been a lot of quotes going around from his press conference. And a lot of them we'll get to, but there was one more important than others that we want to highlight really quick. So if we could get that quote that we wanted to highlight really quick from Pat Riley, we're going to look into that really quickly. Pat Riley on any trade for Jimmy Butler? No. He asked, there's a possibility that a lot of things on the table. Riley on if Jimmy is still a 1A player? Yes, but just like anyone else, he may need to make some changes in his overload routine. All right. Riley's comments and his sentiments in that press conference led to a bunch of things. I mean, a whirlwind of things. Speculation that Jimmy Butler has played his last game in Miami. Speculation that Pat Riley and Jimmy Butler have beef. Speculation that Pat Riley is displeased with, Jimmy Butler, among other things. And, I think that I said it then, just based on everything we know about Pat Riley and Jimmy Butler throughout that tenure, there's absolutely no way that he would trade Jimmy Butler. I just can't see it. And when it comes to the new deal, the extension that Jimmy Butler is reportedly seeking, it effectively only adds 1 year. As we discussed, I think we did touch on this in the last Heat versus the World. It only adds 1 year. And even if we didn't, I'm saying it now. So you do it. because you don't want to have a D-Wade situation all over again. Your thoughts on that particular set of quotes and the extension for Jimmy Butler really quick, Kev.
Give it to that man yesterday, right? I think this is the thing with me real quick. I'm not even gonna go on a tangent like that because I know we limited in time right now, but I said the collective woosah to start the show because it's hard to judge really anything based off the season because everybody at one point in time was hurt. Everybody. Duncan, Jimmy, Bam, Jaime, Nico, Terry to end the season. He didn't even get enough time to really get fully acclimated with this team. So it's like that was my biggest takeaway from the Riley presser. He was just like, bro, I need everybody to be healthy. Like that was the main message I kept getting from everything. I know everybody took what he said about Jimmy regarding the quote with the Knicks and the Celtics quote and just ran with that. But when you actually sit down and watch the whole like 40 to 50 minutes, to me, it was just the same thing. It's like, bro, you in order to be a good team like the Celtics right now, you got to get that on-court chemistry. You got to play as much as possible. And so to me, based off what we've seen Jimmy Butler do in the playoffs since he's been here for the last 5 years, give that man his bag, bro. If anybody's deserved to get that bag on this roster, it's him. And Riley said, like, he's the dude. He's the guy that makes everything go. We start and end with Jimmy Butler. And to me, that's the facts of the matter. So I'm not really tripping on his age. I know, this season, again, he took a slight step back. I don't think it was like a major one, how people are trying to make it out to be, but he was still Jimmy Butler, bro. You can say what you want to say about him in the regular season, but he's still walking and averaging 20 points like it's nothing. And yes, I understand 20 points in 2024 isn't 20 points as it was in 2008, but still, you don't just walk to 20 points per game. And in the process, we see he's clearly making other dudes better because he's inspiring them and giving other guys confidence. Otherwise, we wouldn't have a Caleb Martin situation in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. So to me, give Jimmy that bag. He's the dude. He's shown you he can get you there. Now it's time to finally put the full piece around him and Idris because they both can get you there. It's about getting that one last cherry on the top to put you across the finish line.
And what you got on the Deem? What you think about all the noise surrounding the Pat Riley press conference and Jimmy Butler's future with the Miami Heat?
Man, I got a lot on this, but then again, I don't. But what this is, Pat is not saying a whole bunch, but he is. Like you get what I'm saying, K? Like he's saying a lot, but he's not. Now, do I think that would he ever trade Jimmy Butler? I do believe he would. I don't think he's going to, but I think just because I watched him let D-Wade walk at helping the team win 3 championships, I do believe he would trade Jimmy if the right deal come or whatever. But I don't know, man. I'm surprised you didn't post a tweet with the "shut up if you ain't playing" thing or "stop talking if you ain't playing" thing. That was. And I know y'all still think that was a joke. I honestly don't think that was a joke.
I don't think that was a joke. No, I think that was serious. But I think that's a part of the relationship that makes them. I think that's a part of the relationship that makes them close. I think Pat Riley appreciates the fact that Jimmy Butler says the things he does, and I think that Jimmy appreciates the fact that Pat Riley says the things he does.
And I think like those type of things are only going to feed Jimmy. Jimmy's not going to take that the wrong way. He's going to hear that and say, "Okay, now watch this.
I'll show you, you white hair mother."
Yeah. You want to talk about me missing the playoffs and talking about the Knicks and the Celtics? Now watch this. So and if I was a player, I would take that as, okay, now I got more to prove to you guys.
Especially being out and ask you for 60 of them things.
Yeah. And listen, and Pat, and I like the Pat response to the whole Jimmy extension. Like, it's a lot to look into.
Right. He ain't say we not gonna give it to him, but he ain't outright said we gonna give it to him. I mean, we all can have our insinuations, but I get what you stepping in.
I think Pat looks at it as, this is my opinion. I think he looks at it as, does he deserve it? Hell yeah. Is he worth it? Yeah. But at where he's at and at age and the injuries that he's been getting over the years, it's something we gotta look into. What he said is that's a lot of resources to put into it. He didn't say it's a lot of money, but he said there's a lot of resources to put into that. Which
I think is his only leverage, but I also think, like you saying, Deem, depending on how things go, he might ask him to drop that off. All right, well, instead of 60, being that you only play 68 games, how about we do 54? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I think that it's just some of that, but I think it's leveraging and posturing, man, to your point. Okay, Alex, the floor is yours, man. What you think?
I think like going off what you just said, basically like trying to get him to take a discount. I think it's either the max or nothing. I don't think he gonna waver on that. I don't think he gonna try and give us a hometown discount just because he like being there in Miami and it fits him and all that. I don't think that's gonna happen for us. I do think that you should give him the money because it helps. I think it helps set you up relationship wise with whoever is the next face of the franchise who we get to come in and play with Bam. That's at an all-star caliber. That'll definitely help you with that person and talking and negotiations going forward. Being like, hey, like I mean, once you get here, we're gonna take care of you when the time comes. But you do have to realize that once you give Jimmy that money, he is not gonna be worth that money. It's just basically thank you. And like I said, helping set yourself up for your next relationship with your next superstar player. Because he is slowing down and me and Kev have had conversations about it in the chat where
If you want to call it conversations.
I mean, yeah, it's just nice conversations back and forth. But
very colorful language. Very colorful language.
But with Jimmy's shot profile and how he plays the game of basketball, how he sits there and tells everybody, yo, my thought process is I want to run into the lane and see I'm running into people and trying to see who gonna fall over first. Dog, you about to be 35 years old. You ain't gonna be running in there and thinking that you're gonna continue to be able to get on the court and play a whole lot. So you got to change up your shot diet, got to shoot some more jump shots, got to shoot some more threes and make some more threes. And then that could help extend his career. But like I said, I think you give him the money. Hopefully you can still make something happen with whatever you got going with like a guy like Donovan Mitchell basically forcing his hand and forcing his way here and not being like Dame who backed off of it and down with 14.
Oh, no one answered the question that they asked Pat. Do y'all believe that Jimmy is still a 1A?
Do I believe? Okay, I'll put it like this. I believe that Jimmy could. I believe, honestly, if I'm being 100% honest, this time next year, no. He's going to be 35. It's another year wear and tear. However many games he done played, however many times he done sat out. I believe he'll be able to have 1A performances and 1A games, but I'm not sure if he can have a 1A series like how he fried the Bucks. I don't know if that's there anymore. If you go through and you look at guys in the league who are basically 35 years plus, the only ones who are really, really still frying cats are literally all-time greats. Bron, Steph, and shoot, how old is KD? Like, those are the three that's up there. Everybody else almost falls off a cliff somewhat.
Arguably, though, when you look at Jimmy Butler and what he's done for the Miami Heat across the last couple of years in the playoffs, it's been an all-time great playoff performer. I mean, those 4 years have been an all-time great window. Like,
definitely, but like
you can make that case that same thing you're saying that allows it to be present for those other guys is going to be pretty much the same thing for the regular season, spotty, and that's something we got to work on and try to adjust to. But based on your logic, he should be the same guy in the playoffs.
Based on my logic, he should.
Yeah, you said that. Well, that's what I'm saying, though. You said the only guys that are capable of sustaining it have been those upper echelon, best in the league guys. Well, when the lights have come on, Jimmy, like I said, for the last 4 years, have been all-time level. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he has. And now he's even older. And now he's coming off of an MCL sprain that took him out.
Hey,
Like
brother.
there's there's
That was
other
only going to take him out for a couple more weeks. Not like he's going to be out for 6 months. Like, I hate people mentioning coming off the knee thing like he popped the ACL. Come on now, Alex. Be fair.
I'm being fair, but like his numbers showed this year. Like there was too many last year. There were games where you could see, yo, Jimmy is here. Jimmy is really going after it. Those were few and far between this year. It was a whole bunch of that. Did Jimmy even play? That happened way too many times, which is why Pat ended up saying what he said.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Any more thoughts on the Jimmy portion before we move on to what is to be the final portion of this show?
I believe Jimmy got 2 more years of being a 1A player, and then after that, I think he'll be done.
So you got him through the first year of the extension and the last year of the extension. That's when the drop off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Respect. I respect it.
I think Jimmy's actually, because Jimmy takes such good care of his body and his game is continuing to develop. Like nobody's giving enough credence to the amount of work he's put into like combining his power game and his bumping to everybody, his refinement of his like in the middle game with his jump shot. I think he could probably do this. I think he could probably be a 1A for maybe 3, maybe, 4 years, but definitely a 1B for 4 more years.
Good this year though.
But I definitely know he's going to be a 1A for the next 2.
I'm gonna agree with Alex here, man. I don't think from watching not just Jimmy, but a lot of these other guys at the age that Jimmy's at, and seeing how Jimmy game is completely different from those guys that Alex named. I don't think he can go ahead and be a 1A coming up, and even next season. I think you have to go get a guy who can be that 1A, and I don't think there's a 1A guy available out there. Like, I don't believe Donovan Mitchell is a better player than Jimmy. So I don't think that you can go out there and Donovan Mitchell could be your 1A.
Hey, hold up, real quick. This is the last thing, then we can move on. So I'm looking at this little thing I just typed into StatMuse. So I don't know how many guys this is, but there were only 2 guys in the league who have been playing and that are active and above the age of 35 who still average 20 at least. It's Steph and Bron. That's it.
And Jimmy next year.
No. Honestly, I think for us to be at our best next year, Jimmy to be able to go into a playoff series and be like, yo, like I'm gonna show you that I can still be 1A. During the season, Jimmy need to be around only like 17. Which is why I've been saying that
That's
somebody
ridiculous.
we need to go get. We know it's not. If we go get somebody who can come in and average 25.
I want to say real quick.
We have a guy, but he just doesn't want to do it.
So we just found our topic for next Biscayne Breakdown. What is it going to take for Jimmy to be a 1A? But quickly, 30 seconds to close. Kev, what you got? Or each of you guys, what you got, Kev?
I really quickly just want to say, Alex just brought up that stat, and he also told me in the same group chat that we all are in that Jimmy needs to take more threes, which I agree with to a certain extent. But if he's not taking threes and he's still been averaging 20 points per game over the last few years, that means if he just takes 2 threes a game consistently, he'll easily average 20 these next 2 years. Easily. And that's what I'll close on with this episode.
Okay, respond to him, Alex. 30 seconds.
Dang, I was trying to look up Jimmy's stats to see how many threes a game.
Nah, brother, we ain't got time for that. 30 seconds. He's taking about 3 per game right now.
I think Jimmy needs to get to the point where he's shooting 5-6 threes a game and making basically at least almost 2.5. If he does that, then he should stay around. He should be able to stay around 20 points a game because of the fact that he's a smart veteran. So he's still gonna be able to get to the line a little bit, but not as often. But I understand where you're coming from with that, Kev.
What you got, Dean? 30 seconds.
Down with 14.
Josh Hart just made the dumbest play ever. But but bro, I don't even know the question. I was watching the game.
Oh no, I was just saying, yeah, 30
All I
seconds to
know is,
close.
listen, this is what I'm
30
going to say.
seconds.
This
30
my
seconds.
last 30
Hey,
seconds.
brother, nah, this ain't the end of the episode. 30 seconds to close on Jimmy. You got anything else? If not, we're gonna move on.
Move on.
Donovan
10
Mitchell.
4. All right. So last thing. Before we get out of here, and I ain't gonna give y'all a bunch of time because everybody watching the game besides me. With that being said, there was some comments made on Tyler Hero. You know, it was mentioned that he might be a little frail. And other than that, though, he really wasn't bad mouth. And that could be looked at a bunch of different ways. Some people looked at it like he talked what he talked about Jimmy, but he didn't say anything about Tyler Hero because, you know, he still believes in him. In my opinion, I was like, how can you berate a guy who you're trying to move because you're only going to lower his value? He even made it specifically known that he didn't care for Udonis Haslam's opinion, who had previously on ESPN appearance made it known that he thought Tyler Hero was a better six-man. Pat Riley specifically went out his way to make it known that he disagreed with that, and he thought that because Udonis worked for the Miami Heat, that's probably something he should have kept internal. With all that being said, you can take it any way you want to. You can have any opinion that you want to. I'll ask you guys this question, and we'll close with each of your answers to this question. Has Tyler Hero played his last game in a Miami Heat uniform? Yes or no?
No, but he should have. Actually, yes. I'm tripping. That counteracts what I said earlier. Yes. This is his last game.
I was about to say, Jesus, please. Oh, Lord. It's over for 14. It's over. Hallelujah. It's over. It's over.
I think that's a yes.
I said, yeah, but you was right in regard to him addressing what Haslam said and him not really wanting to go in on 14 because of the fact that he knew if he went in on him, then other people would be able to come to him on the phone and be like, hey, well, you said this, you said that. No, he's a starter, and he has been a little fragile, but hopefully he can play 82 games in Cleveland.
Deem?
Nah, I don't think he played his last game in the Heat uniform. I think he'll be back next year. I kind of wish we'd have started off with this topic because there's a lot of good stuff in with that was said.
We got a long off season, brother.
Yeah, but I don't think this was his last. I'm sorry, Joe. I don't think so, man. I mean, look at all the players he done survived already, and I don't think it's going to be a player available this off season that's going to catch Pat eye to be like, we have to get this guy. Now unless Devin Booker asks for a trade to Miami.
Look, man, I think that when you look at Tyler Hero and these past playoffs, I just think that you have to move him. I think that he probably wants to go. I honestly do. So yeah, I think he's probably played his last game.
Yo, what Kev said, he should have, but I just don't think he did. I think he'll be back next year,
and that's fair too, Deem. Like, yo, you make a good point.
Until the trade deadline. I think that he'll be traded next season in the middle of the season. I don't think he'll be traded this off. I'd be surprised if he's traded this off season.
Right, and that's why I'm not tripping on you, Deem, because you might be right. I'm just, I have to make a choice. I'm not gonna be that guy to say answer the question and then I'll answer the question. I'm just gonna pick one to say he will be, but it wouldn't shock me at all if it's not until next trade deadline either. Look, man, I'm trying to get to this next game. Everybody else seem to be enjoying it. Alex been poo-pooing on Tyler Hero all game.
Hey, Alex, listen. Alex went out and bought that shirt after Alex said he wanted to trade Tyler after the bubble year. That picture was taken in the bubble. And he went and bought that shirt after the bubble, after Alex said he wanted to trade.
Because I was like, dang, this is gonna be the best moment of this Joker career. Let me
see that?
him.
Hey, you see how like works, guy?
Oh, I see what you did right there, Dave. That's pretty good.
I have nothing. I have never bought anything from any player that went to the University of Kentucky, and I haven't liked Tyler ever since the University of Kentucky. So I was mad when we drafted him. So that's probably why I don't like Tyler. Period. But
So you don't like 13 either?
oh no, 13 is different. 13, yo, no, I'm gonna be honest though, Kev. I mean, K, I'm gonna be honest. I hated the pick. And then once I seen how Whiteside was playing, I said, damn, we ain't got nothing else but to try the guy from Kentucky. I'm gonna be honest, yeah, I hated the pick from Bam. I hated the pick. I ain't even gonna tell you who I wanted to draft from that year.
Hey,
The
look,
guy
man,
was he ain't even in the league no more.
Oh, we definitely gonna go back through some drafts. This offseason on Biscayne Breakdown. We got a lot of different stuff coming this year on the Biscayne Break. I mean, this offseason on the Biscayne Breakdown. We got a lot more offseason talk, a lot more Tyler talk, a lot more Jimmy talk. Just a lot more, man. A lot more Miami Heat talk. The main pod is taking a break for a little bit, but we still gonna try to hit you across the head every week with something. But I think that's a wrap, guys. Anybody else got anything they want to say real quick?
Real quick, what I was trying to say on the reason that I got that shirt was I got the shirt because I thought he was going to end up getting traded. So it's just something to remember him by, because when we signed Kyle Lowry, the first thing I did when I saw that the Heat signed Kyle was I went and bought a Goran Dragic jersey to remember him. So that's just one thing that I like, I guess I do. To remember somebody who I feel like had a moment or had something with the Heat, I'll go buy something to remember him by. That's how I ended up with that shirt, down with 14. Donovan Mitchell 2024.
It sounds good. What's up, Kev?
The Miami Heat are going to win a championship within the next 2 to 3 years with Jimmy Butler as their 1A option.
Agreed.
I do believe that I believe Miami is really even though we've been bad seeds for the past 2 years. I do believe Miami is going to win a championship. I think they have somewhat of a roster core to win a championship. They had the coach to win a championship.
Dog, I mean, my bad, Deem. Go ahead.
Bro, I just don't know if they had the top. I don't want to say that. Catch me next episode. Ask me that question next episode.
Absolutely.
That was a great.
Oh yeah, we're gonna definitely come up with some more hard-hitting, in-depth questions to get us through the time. I agree with y'all though, man. They've been too close in the last couple of years not to get one in the next couple of years. Like, I mean, that's proximity. Proximity is a good indicator of success, and proximity in this case is they've been too close. Too close.
Hey, K, I got a question real quick.
What's up?
Are the Heat the Knicks of the 90s? Remember when they always been so close on winning that championship, but they couldn't.
That's tough, bro. I'm not gonna take on that mantle. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that, bro. I'm not gonna do that. Nothing associated with the Knicks. No, I'm not gonna do that. But you make a good point. But I'm not gonna do that. Look, man, it's been a great episode, man. It's been a great episode. I love y'all guys, man. When you get a chance, hop on your local X app and follow Kev at Kev Luke the Great. Follow BL Deem at BL Deem, of course. My bad. I'm sorry. Thinking about the comic books, I guess. Follow Coach Alex at _Coach Lewis 1. Follow the main pod HVTW. Follow me, of course, at K _said_K. That's QUE. That's K _SAID_QUE in case it's confusing. More pods, man, more contents, more music on my behalf, more everything, man. Anybody else got anything they want to shout out real quick?
Down with 14.
Hey, Jimmy, let's go.
2024.
Well, I think that's a wrap, man. As I always like to say, we like to thank you for lending your ear to this sound. I had my boy Kev, had my boy Alex, of course, my co-host Deem. I'm K, and this has been the Biscayne Breakdown. We out.
Yeah. When I pull up on the scene, dead fresh and casket clean, they gon' hate on me.